Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with just an NBA free agency preview. I'm going to be probably doing a few of these. Uh, I changed the angle. I'm outside because it's nice out. I'm going to try to stay quiet though because it's kind of late, and I have some neighbors next door. If they see me out, they'll come over running over. So I don't want that to happen. Um, so basically, I'm just going to talk about NBA free agency, maybe make a few predictions about some free agents. And we're going out of here. I'm not planning for this to go more than like maybe 45 minutes or so. Last time we went live, it was for the NBA draft. Yeah, it was for the NBA draft. And basically, it was great. We went, I think, for like an hour, near 2 hours, I think. So, in two different streams because for some reason the first stream cut off after like a half hour. But overall, it was great. So we're gonna see what happens with this stream. See where it gets us. It's kind of buggy out here a little bit, kind of near light. So basically, yeah. But anyways, I'm going to hop on the NBA Hoops Hype board with the NBA Rumors site. Go through some of the rumors, give you some of my thoughts, and we'll see where it goes. So just give me a second. I have my handy dandy phone right here. A lot of rumors. The first thing I do want to talk about though is the Jimmy Butler situation. There is a sense around the league that he does want to go to the Houston Rockets. Um, it'll have to be a sign and trade. It'll have to be, I think, Clint Capella, Gordon, Eric Gordon, and PJ Tucker going back. I heard was a proposed sign and trade. Let's talk about that. Why would the Houston Rockets want Clint Capella? They already have a center in Joel Embiid. I don't see the point of getting. I don't see the point of getting Clint Capella personally. That's just me though. Um, I also see. I do see the point though in getting Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, let's start off with him. Very good. Guy off the bench, kind of a nit and gritty guy. Personally, I think that would be a good move if the Sixers could get him in a sign and trade. I also look at Eric Gordon. He could come off the bench and shoot. He can maybe even start for you. Very good shooting guard. He could definitely shoot the ball. So I like those two aspects, but I don't like the Clint Capella. I would rather have not James Harden. I would rather have CP3. By the way, I do think the Rockets should trade James Harden, even though they won't. I know that's kind of crazy, but they will not probably trade James Harden. Uh, but basically, the whole point is Jimmy Butler wants to go to the Rockets. Now, personally, if I was him, I would just re-sign with the Sixers for a 5-year max. Like Stephen A. Smith said, Stephen A. Smith, one of the best NBA analysis, at least on ESPN, probably in the whole universe. But overall, that's who I would, if I was Jimmy Butler, that's what I would do. But we'll see what happens. He's interested in the Heat. He's interested in the Nets. He's interested in the Clippers. I saw an article saying why Kawhi and Jimmy Butler will work on the Clippers. That'll be an interesting combo, but I just don't see that happening. Latest rumor that came out a little bit under an hour ago. The New York Knicks they are targeting DeMarcus Cousins. It will be a 1-year offer. It will be a 1-year offer if they do offer him, and this is if they miss out on Kevin Durant. DeMarcus Cousins, I think he should stay with the Warriors, especially if KD leaves, which I think will happen. I do think KD will leave, but I'll get into that soon. But Mark Stein is reporting that the Knicks do want to offer Boogie a 1-year contract. I'm fine with that. I think he could bounce back big time. I thought he was kind of held back on Golden State, and it might be because of it might have been because of the whole his injury, but I do think DeMarcus Cousins. I do think he will bounce back even more. I think he's going to average 18 points next year. I'll say like 18 and 8. He's actually a pretty good 3-point shooter for a big man. So we'll see what happens. But DeMarcus Cousins, any team could use him, in my opinion. And I won't rule out him going back to Sacramento. I know he loves it in Sacramento, so I won't rule that out. Even though I don't think Sacramento would do that. The New York Knicks, they are going to not extend the qualifying offer to Emmanuel Mudiay, a draft bust as far as I'm concerned, because if you're a top 10 pick or a lottery pick, and if you're not getting the qualifying offer, I have to consider you as a bust, okay? I mean, he's going to be a journeyman point guard. He'll probably get like a 1 year, $2.5 million contract. And to who? I don't know. I think the NBA is wide open. So as I said several times, but I just feel like that he'll be a backup somewhere. Luke Cornett's not getting that qualifying offer either. That doesn't surprise me. My Washington Wizards have extended the qualifying offer to Bobby Portis and re-extended it to Thomas Bryant. I like that a lot. Bobby Portis, to me, I would like to sign for maybe a 3-year, $40 million contract. I think that's going to be the asking price. If he does walk though, it better be for at least 3 for 45. That's like the max I would sign Bobby Portis for. I think he's a very good power forward. I think he's a borderline starter. He might be able to. He might be considered a starter. He might be a bench coming off the bench. But I really like Bobby Portis. We have Dwight Howard coming back. We got this guy out, Gonzaga, which Stephen A. I am a big Stephen A. fan, so that's who I actually watch for most of my information. But basically, uh, somebody called into the Stephen A. Smith show and said that basically the uh, someone just asked about the guy we draft from Gonzaga. I think his name escapes me. Sorry for that, but um, basically he says not a bad draft pick. We need a big, obviously, which I don't know why, because we have Dwight Howard for next year, and we have it looks like we're gonna have Thomas Bryant, who, by the way, um, I think we should offer Thomas Bryant $12 million a year, give him like a 3-year, $36 million contract or something like that. I'll be fine with that. He proved a lot to me last year, but he said it's a good draft pick. But anyways, Bobby Portis, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Thomas Bryant extending the qualifying offer to him. We have plenty of roster spots to fill. We also extended the qualifying offer to Thomas Satoransky, or backup point guard. We're going to need anything we can get at the point guard position, since John Wall's going to be out for half the year. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think he might get $6 million a year. One other quick note, Marc Gasol, he did opt into his $25.6 million player option. I'm fine with that. That's probably, he will not get that money on the open market. So I can't blame him there. And basically, I do think that the Raptors will be a very competitive team next year at worst. But basically, those are kind of some of the latest rumors. I'm going to have some other rumors I want to talk about. Sam Dekker and Chase Randall aren't going to be restricted free agents. I'm a little bit surprised letting Sam Dekker go, but we kind of stack a small forward, so I don't blame my Wizards there. But basically, a few other things I want to talk about. Julius Randle, he's getting a lot of teams are interested in him. Knicks, Lakers, Pelicans won't mind me signing him, even though I heard they're probably going to let him walk. The Chicago Bulls, Brooklyn Nets. I'm hearing Boston Celtics. I'm hearing a lot of teams interested in Julius Randle. I mean, basically, I don't know where he's going to go personally. I'm not going to make that prediction right now. but a lot of teams are interested in Julius Randle. And I can't blame them. Julius Randle, he had a breakout year last year. If it wasn't for Pascal Siakam, he might have won the Most Improved Player. I mean, I really think that Julius Randle is a very good. I think he's a very good basketball player. Enes Kanter, who's, by the way, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Nets, and not the Nets, and the Portland Trail Blazers. I saw a report saying those three teams are interested in him. I saw he made a comment saying that Zion Williamson's overrated. Just a Julius Randle with hops is what he said. And Julius Randle, I absolutely forgot about this. Put up 43 on Enes Kanter and the Blazers, and he reminded Kanter about that. So I like seeing that today. That was pretty fun. I'm reading here now. Malcolm Brogdon is receiving interest from the Lakers. I mean, I think he's going to stay with the Bucks personally. I don't know how much money he's going to get per year salary. It might be 15 million. It might be 20 plus. He might get the max. The Bucks they have a lot of free agents: Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, Eric Bledsoe. I do think they might let Eric Bledsoe walk. Actually, I do believe that. And he might just go Malcolm Brogdon at the point guard. But overall, I do think that they keep Chris Middleton at least. The Milwaukee Bucks. Brook Lopez, I think, is 50-50 because he's going to be asking for more money than he got last season, $4 million. He's going to easily be getting double that, maybe even triple that. Uh, RHJ, Rondé Holmes Jefferson is expected to receive interest from the Suns, Wolves, and Rockets. The Suns doesn't surprise me. They gotta try to get as much young talent as they can. They had a very disappointing draft, in my opinion. The Timberwolves, I mean, to me, the Timberwolves aren't far away from being a playoff team personally, so maybe he helps on the perimeter defensively. I know Andrew Wiggins, not the best perimeter defensive player. And then the Rockets, I mean, they're going after everybody. Stanley Johnson, he is going to be an unrestricted free agent because the Pelicans are not going to be extending that qualifying offer to him. I don't blame him. Stanley Johnson, he's kind of been a disappointment. He was a disappointment with the Pistons. The Pelicans, I mean, the Pelicans are going to be a team that I think it's going to be a turnover on the roster again, like it was the previous 2 seasons outside the big time players. So we'll see what happens there. But I do like the Pelican system with David Griffin at the GM and Alvin Gentry, a head coach, and they have some great talent there with the Pelicans with Alonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Zion Williamson. They have Jahlil Okafor. He's a good offensive center off the bench, but they got to still fill out that roster. So Derek Favors, um, it's gonna be interesting to see where he goes. I think Utah might be reluctant to pay him a certain amount of money. Personally, I do think Utah wants to maybe have a bit more shooting in the front court. So maybe they let him walk. But Derek Favors, I know that I saw a report saying the Lakers were interested in him, but some of these teams like the Lakers, the Nets, the Knicks, the Rockets. I mean, those four teams, they're gonna have interest in everybody. So, like, I know the Lakers. There was a report today. I haven't watched Undisputed yet, but I saw it on YouTube that they're going to be going out to Kyle Korver, Patrick Beverly, who, by the way, the Clippers, I think they should re-sign Patrick Beverly. I'm going to say re-signs with the Clippers. I think it's just entertaining the thoughts. I think you'll get $10 million a year, though. I don't know if the Clippers want to pay that because, I'm going to be honest, I think the Clippers do get Kawhi Leonard. Sorry, Raptors fans, but overall, I do think that uh, the Clippers are going to be going ahead and I think the Clippers are going to have a very good offseason. I'm reading a report now saying that the Clippers might have an interest in bringing back Tobias Harris after trading him. Personally, I think Tobias Harris is going to go to a team that struck out on the big stars, and they're going to just sell for Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is a very good player, by the way. I don't know what the hell the Orlando Magic and Detroit Pistons were thinking when trading him, because trust me, the Pistons would much rather have Tobias Harris than Blake Griffin. Trust me on that. But overall, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Would Tobias Harris maybe go to a team like maybe the Utah Jazz or Portland Trail Blazers? I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll re-sign with the Sixers. Corey Joseph is receiving interest from the Suns, Wizards, Kings, and Bulls. And the reason why he's receiving interest from the Wizards is because he's going to be kind of cheap, probably a $4 or $5 million per year player, signed to a 1 year contract in case we can't get Thomas Satoransky. And since John Wall is going to be out for half the year, we're going to have someone at that point guard position that could at least hold the position and be all right at the position. We got to be at least all right at that position. So that's why he's on that list. I'm shocked he's on the Kings list. I think they want to let De'Aaron Fox explode. Maybe they do need a backup point guard. Suns, as I said, the Suns are going to be interested in any like mid-level talent, in my opinion. And the Bulls, I mean, the Bulls. I don't know why he received interest from the Chicago Bulls. I still planning on trading Chris Dunn since they traded Kobe. Since they drafted Kobe right from North Carolina. Terry Rozier, the Knicks are interested in him. See, D'Angelo Russell. That's a guy that personally yeah, there's a lot of bugs out here. There's a few bugs on my laptop. Yeah, D'Angelo Russell. It sounds like Kyrie Irving's gonna sign with the Nets, so he's gonna walk from the Nets. D'Angelo Russell. I'm hearing the Lakers. I'm hearing I'm hearing a bunch of these teams like the Suns. I'm hearing the Celtics. By the way, I'm hearing Kemba to the Celtics. I'll get into that. Kemba Walker here in a minute. I'm hearing a bunch of teams. I'm hearing the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Indiana Pacers. I'm hearing is interested in him. It's gonna be interesting to see where he goes. I do think he gets the max contract. He was an All-Star last year, so I do think he gets the max contract there. The Rockets, they would trade Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, and PJ Tucker for a future first rounder. The Houston Rockets, and that doesn't surprise me. The Rockets are going to be rebuilding. They just are. The window is closed. I know some people like Max Kellerman thinks it hasn't. It has. Okay, the window closed once they lost to 7 against them when CP3 got injured. That's when the window closed for them. So I do think the Rockets are going to be at least retooling some. But I want to talk about Kemba Walker now. Kemba Walker is a probably the most interesting free agent out there, in my opinion. Personally, I don't know where the hell he's going to end up. I'm here. I think the Hornets. I think they're damned if they do it, damned if they don't. Michael Jordan, he runs the GOAT. By the way, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He runs the Charlotte Hornets. I know he doesn't want to give Kemba that max money just to maybe be the 6th seed in the playoffs and go ahead and go home in 6. And which I don't blame him for, because that's just middle of the road bullshit personally. And the goal is to win a championship. The goal is not to just, oh, we'll make the playoffs, entertain the fans. That's the problem with the Wizards. They're fine just making the second round. No, the goal should be championship every year. And if you don't have the good enough talent to win the championship, you rebuild. Just like what the Orioles are doing. The Orioles realize that the window is closed. They don't have enough to make the championship. It kind of blew up in their face. I probably should have traded a lot of people a year earlier than what we did. But personally, it's whatever. But now we are completely rebuilding, and we're gonna have a championship one day in the next 10 years. You could book that. But anyways, yeah, the Hornets need to rebuild. I mean, they have what? They have Malik Monk, Miles Bridges. That's their young talent. I like their center, Willie Hernandez. He could be a piece for the future, but outside of that, they really don't have much young talent wise. But yeah, they need to rebuild. The Mavericks, I would like to see Kemba in the Mavericks, but here's the thing: I don't think the Mavericks. I can't trust the Mavericks to get a big time free agent. You want to know why? Because they never do. And by the way, the Mavericks they wanted to sign Kristaps Porzingis to the max, which I think will happen, a 5-year, $158 million max. But overall, yeah, you can't trust the Mavericks to get to sign anybody because they always seem to come in second place or settle for someone like a Tobias Harris or a Nikola Vucevic, who, by the way, I think will sign with the Clippers. And Nikola Vucevic, I think, signs with the Clippers. But overall, you look at Kemba Walker here in the Celtics. Would he go to the Celtics? I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to the Celtics if I was Kemba Walker. I think their management is a bit shady and Danny Ainge. You look at a team like the Knicks. The Knicks, hey, if the Knicks consider him a top A free agent, they get him, great. But I mean, would you do that if you're the New York Knicks? Because at that point, I mean, you do have RJ Barrett. That's a young talent that I think is going to be eventually a 20-point scorer a game. Kevin Knox, people compare him to KD. I mean, you're gonna have Frank Ntilikina coming off the bench, and then that's just about it. So, I mean, I know there's a few other pieces, but like this, the AJ Blair, I think his name is. But if you're the Knicks, are you gonna be okay just making the playoffs and losing in 6? No, you go for the fucking championship. And sorry for the F-bomb there, but I can't stress the point enough. You go for the championship. But overall, I mean, I don't know where Kemba's gonna go. I won't rule out the Pacers. I won't rule out the Bucks. I know he said he's not going to take less to go to the Lakers. I don't blame him for that. And I mean, I wouldn't rule out maybe the Suns. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think he's the toughest free agent, like top tier free agent to predict, in my opinion. Kemba Walker. Let's see. Minnesota Timberwolves, as I just said, they are very interested in sign and trade with the Nets for Andrew Wiggins. Listen, I don't blame the Timberwolves for exploring trading Andrew Wiggins. He's a minor bust. What has he proved? He's not a good. I mean, outside maybe shooting the you know what out of the ball, what has he proved? I mean, first overall pick, and he's only been to one playoff. The Minnesota Timberwolves have 2 first overall picks in Andrew Wiggins and Karl-Anthony Towns, and they only been to one postseason and lost to 5 as an 8th seed against the Rockets. And they had to bring on Jimmy Butler just to do that. I mean, I do like the coach, Flip Sanders' son, Ryan Sanders, but I mean, what have they proved? What has Karl-Anthony Towns proved besides making the All-Star team a few times? What has Andrew Wiggins proved? Listen, when Jimmy Butler went out, I said, look, trade Andrew Wiggins and resolve the relationship between Cat and Karl-Anthony Towns. I shouldn't call him Cat because I'm going to be honest, the nickname Cat, it's kind of a female thing in name. I'm not going to lie about that. Sorry that offends anybody, but I'm not going to refer to him as a female in my mind, but Karl-Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler, just resolve the situation between those two and go ahead and maybe make the playoffs, maybe don't make the playoffs. You have Jeff Teague, Tajay Gibson. Yeah, Tajay Gibson. I mean that's almost there in my opinion. That's 2 top 20 players. I mean, I don't blame the Timberwolves for trying to trade Andrew Wiggins. What the hell has he proved? I mean, he won Rookie of the Year because he was in such a weak draft class, and Jabari Parker. was injured. And by the way, the Wizards are not going to be pick up his team option. So we'll see what happens. But D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, I think they were in the same draft because I think Towns went 1 and Russell went 2, but to the Lakers. But I'm serious. What has Andrew Wiggins proved? Multiple teams are interested in pairing Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler. I think the Clippers are. I think the Knicks might be. I mean, we'll see what happens. Brook Lopez, Melo, part of team's Plan B. Um, the Lakers are interested in Melo. I mean, I think Melo's washed up personally. I think that'll be a disaster. And Brook Lopez, he was on the Brooklyn. He was on the well, he was also on the Brooklyn Nets, but he was on the L.A. Lakers, and he let him walk for $4 million. And that team had no shooting, and they could have signed Brook Lopez for 1 year, $4 million, and they let him walk. That's all magic, and at least he admitted to it on his interview in First Take. Knicks are interested in Tobias Harris. I mean, who's not interested in Tobias Harris? Jake, oh yeah, I do want to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies for a second, and this is the first time I'm actually hearing this rumor, so I do also want to talk about that as well. The Memphis Grizzlies. Listen, I know you guys didn't want to give up Mike Conley. I know Mike Conley didn't want to leave Memphis, but it was for the better. Ja Morant, great rookie you guys have right there. So Ja Morant, uh, Jaren Jackson, that's your young core, that's your cornerstones in the franchise right now. That's not too bad if you're Memphis. That's actually pretty good. Do I think you're a playoff team? No, but that's not bad. You could work with that. You really can. And they're going to probably resign Jonas Valanciunas. He says he wants to resign there. So you got him. You got Jay Crowder. To me, Jay Crowder is somebody that any team should want. He's some like knit and gritty. Remember the Grindhouse in Memphis when it was like Zebo, Marcus Al, Mike Conley, like 5, 6 years ago? Jay Crowder would have been a perfect small forward on that team. Don't tell me that um, he's not a good addition. And the reason why I'm talking about Memphis is because of the rumor I see here on my phone. I do want that I haven't seen yet, but I am going to talk about it. Involving the Memphis Grizzlies. But Jay Crowder, I mean, who's your shooting guard? I mean, Dylan Brooks. That's not bad if you're Memphis. That's really not bad. That's a competitive team. Your head coach, JB Bickerstaff, he's not a bad head coach. I really like this for Memphis. Now, the problem with the Memphis Grizzlies is the ownership is impatient. You gotta be patient if you're the ownership in this. But I really like what I'm seeing from the Memphis Grizzlies. And speaking about the Memphis Grizzlies, the Warriors, KD walks, they will be trying to trade for Jay Crowder or Kyle Korver from Memphis. Oh yeah, by the way, Kyle Korver coming off the bench as a shooting guard, that's pretty good if you're Memphis. But anyways, um yeah, that'll fill the void some. Jay Crowder to me is somebody that he's kind of like a mini version of Draymond, but basically, yeah, I can't say I don't hate it, but I mean anybody will want Jay Crowder on their team. Suns extend the qualifying offer to Kelly Oubre Jr. He's gonna be somebody that gets maybe 8 or 9 million a year, if that. Um, let's see. The Atlanta Magic shipped their free agents focus to Nikola Vucevic and Terrence Ross. Yeah, they re-signed both of those guys. You would think that they would be where they were last year as a playoff team. Markelle Fultz, they have him, and there was a report just today saying their GM went on a radio show or something, and he doesn't know when the hell Markelle Fultz is going to play. That's not good if you're Orlando. That's not good. So, um, we'll see. what happens there. I do also want to talk about something I saw in the ESPN line, and they're thinking about shortening the season. I don't blame them for thinking about shortening this short in season. I don't blame for them for a shortened season, but they want to have a mid-season cup. Um, I don't get that. I really don't get that. I don't know how the hell that will work. So I need more of a explanation on that. Al Horford, the New Orleans Pelicans are interested in Al Horford. That's great. Think about it. If the Pelicans get Al Horford, they go what? Lonzo at the 1, Drew Holiday at the 2, Brandon Ingram at the 3. You'll go Zion at the 4, Al Horford at the 5. They have Josh Hart coming off the bench. They have what? Solomon Hill coming off the bench. Um, I mean, I think Elfrid Payton, he's a free agent, so maybe they re-sign him. He'll come off the bench. Re-sign a few guys off the bench. That's a very good team right there. I mean, this is the news. If you're a Pelicans fan, you should be happy about the Wizards. We were really close to signing Al Horford before he went to the Boston Celtics. I wanted him badly because he is one of the most underrated players in the league. So this is a very good. This is good news if you are the New Orleans Pelicans. Um, because it sounds like he is not going to be returning to the Celtics. Rockets are eyeing Danny Green, Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lamb's an underrated piece. He could go to one of these teams um, and sign for maybe a 1-year, $10 million contract and be big time. Kawhi is considering a 2-year deal with the Raptors. Yeah, I don't blame him. It'll be 2 years, $70 million deal to remain with them. I don't blame Kawhi if he wants to stay with the Raptors. I do want to there's an article that came out, NBA stars that should demand a trade. Let's read this, see how interesting it is. I don't know how many NBA stars it is. But overall, it's getting very interesting here with free agency. A few guys that could be traded, or Bradley Beal, obviously, which I don't think the Wizards should do. I know some people disagree with me with that. Some Wizards fans disagree with me on that, but the Wizards, they shouldn't trade him unless he demands a trade. If he demands a trade, fine, but I don't think that we should trade Bradley Beal. DeMar DeRozan, if he wants a contract extension, and if San Antonio doesn't want to give it to him, they may trade him. AD, he already been traded. Devin Booker, that's an interesting one. Devin Booker should demand a trade. He really should. What the hell have the Suns proved while he was there? Nothing. Everybody's like, oh, he's such a great player, Devin Booker. He's overrated. If he was so good, the Suns will at least be like a 35-40 win team. Trust me on that. They're saying a few honorable mentions. Devin Booker, I just said that. He should demand trade Devin Booker. He really should. Mo Bamba, I'm not going to sing the song. But, I mean, did we sign Nikola Vucevic? I mean, it's going to be tough to find him minutes. So maybe. Let's see. Hassan Whiteside. He he opted into his $27.1 million contract. Listen, he was very good with the Heat, but now the Heat like running that small lineup. So basically, yeah, he might demand a trade. Here's the thing though, those types of NBA centers that only good for blocking shots, like DeAndre Jordan. And by the way, I heard that the Knicks are interested in DeAndre Jordan, but centers like that can't really shoot even like mid-range jumpers on a consistent basis. I mean, there's zero to no use for them. They're the type of centers that are only going to come in the game 15 minutes, and that's it. That's all they could do at this point in today's NBA. Domantas Sabonis. I don't think Thaddeus Young is going to re-sign with the Pacers personally. And if he does, I mean, even then, I don't think you should demand a trade. Um, Hopefully there's no sound with that. But yeah, by the way, congratulations, Giannis Antetokounmpo, on winning the MVP. Um, Lou Williams, six man. Mike Budenholzer, Coach of the Year. Pascal Siakam, Most Improved Player of the Year. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. Luka Doncic, Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to everybody that won the awards. I didn't make a video on it, but I do want to congratulate everybody that won the awards on that. Um, oh, this is a Bleacher Report thing. Okay. Devin Booker, Obama. Okay, Hassan. Who's number two? Blake Griffin. Yeah, no one wants Blake Griffin's contract. I said earlier, trust me, the Pistons are regretting that trade. The reason why the Pistons made that trade, and by the way, that's just an air conditioning thing going off if you're hearing that in the background. But the reason why Blake Griffin wants that they made that trade for Blake Griffin is because they're opening up a new arena, and everybody still thought at the time that Blake Griffin's a superstar, and they still think that he is. He's not. Okay, there's a reason why the Clippers couldn't get past the second round, mainly because of Blake Griffin. So, and also Doc Rivers' GM skills. But I mean, no one wants his contract. Just like CP3, no one wants his contract. Bradley Beal's number one. I mean, I think Bradley Beal likes it in Washington. I don't know why he would, but I think he likes it. Um, I'm just trying to see if there's any more articles we can read about. Possibly. Nah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I said 45 minutes. We're at 37 minutes right now. That ain't too bad. Klay Thompson's willing to take a meeting with the Clippers if he doesn't sign that 5-year max with the Warriors. I know he really wants to just get it over with. I know he wants that 5-year contract with the Warriors. Personally, I think he does stay with the Warriors. I'll just throw that out on Front Street right now. And I'm going to be making a video with all the NBA free agency predictions. I'll probably do like the top, I don't know, at least the top 20, maybe even the top 30 free agents. Or maybe I'll just go. I don't know how I'm going to do it exactly, but overall, I'll see what happens. I'll see we'll see where we go with it in the video, but I do think that Klay Thompson resigns with the Warriors. I'll put that on Front Street right now. Anything else I want to talk about? I think that's it. But I do. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. As I said earlier, this NBA free agency period is going to change the landscape of the NBA. I do think the NBA is wide open going into next season. I also believe that the NBA. I think that the NBA is going to be a fun free agency period. Um, as I'll say this also right now, I do think the two toughest free agents to predict where they will end up going is Kemba Walker and Julius Randle. I think those are going to be the two toughest for me because I think they could go to a lot of places. But personally, that's where I'm at right now. Uh, and I'd like to hear your free agency predictions. I'll probably do another live stream before 6:30. Is it 6 or 6:30? 6 p.m. I think. Yeah, 6 p.m. on June 30th. I'll do another live stream before that. But comment down below. Tell me what you think. I always like hearing from y'all. Thanks for watching the live stream. If you end up watching it, if you're watching it later or whatever, we're going to try to get this under 40 minutes. But anyways, thanks for watching the live stream. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated if you do that. You won't regret it. We have a subscriber goal. We're only one subscriber away from hitting that goal, actually. So I'd like to hit that goal. 100 subscribers. I'll make a thank you for 100 subscribers. video. So once that happens, stay tuned for that. Doing a college football prediction video, and yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit over 40 minutes. We're going to be doing tomorrow is UCF. Next day is going to be, I think, Boise State or Fresno State, one of those two. But basically, stay tuned for those videos. Today we did Virginia Tech, so basically, go check out that video. But anyways, thanks for watching the video, and this is McD. Well, not the video. Thanks for watching the stream, and this is McD the Beast signing off.